And we're live. Got a hot drink in hand. Some nice jazz playing in the background. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm just gonna enjoy the music for a moment and my hot beverage. It's like, get ready for some excellent advice. No one turns down this advice. Everyone loves it. This was called recently the Gordon Ramsay of role-playing games, and I thought that was absolutely correct. Yes, sir. Yes. Here I am. The Gordon Ramsay of role-playing. Let's let a few people join in. There we are, Doodle Squatch, first to the festivities. Good to have you here. Hope you're having a good evening. Oh, my good friend, Phil the Thrill. Phil the Thrill can put a clinic on running NPCs. Absolute clinic. Guy's an animal. He's also one of the funniest guys I've ever met. Kingmaker, nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. It's a Sunday evening. It's kind of chill, relaxing. So why don't we get our blood pressure up? No. I've got wholesome content for you tonight. Wholesome content. Ah, yes, Big Bad. The Big Bad. The one, the only. Gotta wait here till I see my buddy Max. Then we'll kick it off. But no, seriously, you can tell I'm role-playing a bit here. Dylan, glad you could join us. Working on a new campaign setting while watching. Well, there you go. There you go. Glad you could join in. Just have this run in the background. Can't help but improve your campaign setting. As I was saying, wholesome content. Some of the most wholesome content you'll see on the YouTube. And I'm expecting to love it. Really. I mean, I love everything. Everything. Or I can usually find something that I like. I can also find things that I don't like. There she is. Black Dahlia. Always glad to have you. I'll be trying to keep an eye on chat, seeing how that's going. Hope you're all having a great evening. Had a good weekend. Maybe even got some gaming in. That'd be good. Yeah, this is a video of a topic that I think is absolutely pivotal. Like, this is something. Yeah, the elevator music is a vibe, and Dahlia, I just, you know what? If you were in an elevator that sounded this good, these dulcet tones, you just wouldn't get off the elevator, honestly. Why get out? It sounds too good. Especially if you had my commentary running in the background. All right, well, with that, with that, I think it's time. It's time to launch into this, right? You wouldn't, exactly. Why would you leave the elevator? You wouldn't want to leave. All right. Okay, here we go. Now Max is here, we can start. Some people here. John, you're in good company, right? Good company. So it's educational. This is the idea. We're going to be educational. Class in session, exactly. We're here to help people, right? That's what we're out to. People think that let's just calm down. People think that I'm just a professional hater. First of all, there's nothing professional about this. It's all amateur. Secondly, I do really want people to get more out of this hobby. I really do. My eyes are in the wrong spot. It's because I'm reading the chat. Okay, Dylan had a question for us. How do you encourage more role-playing from players who are more shy, nervous? Do you use any tools or anything to get them out of their shell? You know, that's an excellent question. I'm going to come back to that, Dylan. If I forget, please remind me. But that's an excellent question. And we are going to talk about role play today. We are. And I think this video actually, Dylan, come to think of it, I'll put your comment back up. I think this video is going to be helpful to answer this question. I do. Because we're going to help. What did you say? Okay, so yeah, this is ridicule and hazing. It's not hate. That's right. Bear beard. That's right. It's a new name. I'm glad to have you here, sir. Advice reminds me to keep the combat pushing in the players in their own turns. Yes. Fast turns, folks. It's fast turns we want. Fast turns. I should have the music playing for this. Man, I love that music. It's good. All right. No one is safe. Oh, Josh, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Let's watch this. Again, wholesome content, folks. I'm about the wholesome content. You know, you think I'm just being facetious. I'm not. All right. Let's watch this together and see what kind of advice we can give to this very colorful young lady. She's very colorful. I got to say, she's really committed to it. Let's see what this is all about. I watched this. I thought there's some things in here we just have to talk about. We can't not talk about these things.
Every time we get together at family events, she always asks me about D&D.
Oh, this is her grandma. Okay? Grandma. Everyone loves their grandma, right? Who doesn't love their grandma? Get out. Don't love your grandma? You're not welcome here. Grandma, she's a treasure.
She so badly wants to understand what I do.
I'm 97 years old. I'm going to make it to 100.
I believe you.
I have the Time magazine thing, and I've tried to read it and understand.
Time magazine is only in business because of this fine, upstanding lady. Now, who is getting info? Is anyone in chat? Can you tell me in chat if you've read that Time magazine article? Just say, yeah, I read it. And then tell me if it's effective to introduce someone to the hobby. I mean, this is a great grandma. Honestly, already, I love this lady. She has a granddaughter who is committed to this Dungeons and Dragons thing in the big way, right? Big way. And what does grandma do? She doesn't cry about it. She tries to understand, right? All right, so let's see. I agree, Max. Time magazine, who reads that? Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, let's keep going.
Understand, but not too successfully.
Every time I try to...
We're going to help you out. We're going to help you out, Grandma. And we're also going to help out Ginny here to make it so the next time she runs a game for you, it's even more successful.
Explain, I feel like she never quite gets it. I thought maybe if she played it, she would get it.
Well, it'll be interesting.
My grandma doesn't really get D&D, and since understanding D&D is pretty key to understanding what I'm doing with my life as a professional tabletop gaming creator, that's always made me feel a little sad. I would like my grandma to understand what my job is, and maybe even be proud of me. So after the million...
Okay. Your grandma, Ginny, first of all, just, from one parent to another. I don't know if you have kids. I'm not a grandparent yet. I look forward to being a grandparent, hopefully soon, if my kids are watching this, hopefully soon. Your grandma will love you regardless, okay? That's what grandmas do. Especially grandmas that are going to take the time to read an article about your nerdy hobby, okay? They love you. Grandmas are fantastic. Fantastic. All right, but let's see how she's gonna teach D&D to her grandma. 97 years old. Fantastic.
Attempt to explain it to her at a family dinner, it occurred to me maybe she just needs to play it. And she must really love me or be getting bored with her bridge
Yeah, she absolutely does love you, because otherwise she would just say, what is this?
group because she agreed to give it a try. I'm a pretty experienced dungeon master, but this is a challenge.
Okay, Ginny, I wish you would post more of your games, right? I really do wish you would post. I've seen you play as a player in games, but I haven't seen a lot of your games. Does she have a different channel? I'm assuming that you have a different, maybe you just don't make them public. Fair enough. A lot of people don't want to have it public. I understand. But as a professional, I'm very keen on learning from the professionals. You've noticed, you find upstanding citizens in chat, you've noticed that I tend to focus in on games that are run by the quote unquote professionals, because I think that those people have a responsibility to be showing a better thing. But hey, you know what? You're a professional. Let's see how a professional does it. I am so excited for this. I watched this already. You guys are in for a treat. This 97-year-old lady must be protected at all costs. And yes, there's maybe a little bit of this going on. But you know what? If it's let's just see. Okay, let's keep going.
Not only is she a total beginner, but she's also nearly 100 years old. If I can run a successful game for her, I'm pretty sure I can run a game for anyone.
No, the lesson to learn here isn't that you can run a game from everyone. The lesson to learn is with the right setup, anybody can learn this role-playing thing. But we got to give them the right setup, Ginny. That's the key. Not that you're some amazing person that can run it for anybody. That I think it's better to put this frame this differently. Don't frame it as this shows you how good I am. Show it as role play can be something that feels natural, because we've all at some point, or even without realizing it, we've all at some point been in a role play situation. And so it should come natural when it's put in the proper framework. Okay?
But if I hand her a character sheet she can't even read without a magnifying glass, let alone understand, it's game over before it even starts. So the first step, I gotta make D&D grandma friendly. Have you seen this? It's a viral...
Okay, all right. Maybe the solution here is to not play D&D, right? Like, if you have to take so much out of the game so that grandma can roleplay it, just play a different game. It's okay. There's lots out there.
Clip of Deborah Ann Wool teaching John...
Oh, yes. Deborah Ann Wool and John Bernthal. Yes, we'll get there. We'll get there, folks. I've already had a few commenters say they'd like to see this, right? They'd like to see... Yes, you know what? I think that's what's going on here, Phil. I think this is, I do the D&D. And so I have to... But hasn't she played other games? I thought I saw her in a game. She was a player in something... they were on a train, I want to say. Anyway, we'll get to this one here, because I'd like to do this John Bernthal and I can't remember her name, but we'll get there.
Bernthal, the basics of D&D in real time.
You want to play D&D?
I mean, I'll try. I mean, what do you think?
No,
I'd
like
be able to do
literally right now.
Sure.
All right. So let's see. You've got a bow strapped to your back, a sword and a dagger at your hilt, right? So you're walking through the woods. It's dark. It's at night. It's almost
Okay,
on the
we'll
brink.
get to you. We'll get to you.
He's not
people
trying
later.
to figure out how to apply game mechanics to the problem. He's fully in character, just imagining how he would react if he were really there. My grandma will be the only player, and I don't want her to have to deal with all the paperwork and the rules. She already has to do estate planning. Let's give the woman a break. I wanted to...
Oh, that's morbid. Ginny, come on. Why are we going right to the estate planning?
Still D&D down to its central concept, which is just playing pretend. I've printed off...
Very good. What is the central it's not just playing pretend, though. Let's put it, let's get a little tighter on that. There is a central and it is about pretend. Yes. It's pretending that a fictional world is real and that this character who's not me, is me. I will be in that character for 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever it is. I think grandma only gets an hour. And you know what? She's 97. That's plenty.
A pre-made character sheet for her, a level 1 elf ranger, but she's...
Oh, man. I already feel this is kind of going sideways, Ginny. But okay, let's go.
not gonna have this, I am. She'll roll the dice and I'll do the rest.
Okay.
To help her picture the scenarios, I've borrowed a ton of terrain from my dungeon master, Jesse.
Why do we need terrain? Role-playing's not about the terrain.
So we'll have a few fun battle maps. I'm preparing 2 locations. First, a forest where she'll encounter a giant spider. This one's pretty...
Well, why? How do we know she's... Okay, is that the setup? We're just going to set this up? Thanks for joining us. Is that going to be the setup? And then what happens, right? Then she can do whatever, right? Because the premise of this game is the limit is just your imagination. Just your imagination. I mean, this is nice. I mean, if I was playing a war game, that's a fantastic tree.
simple, but I'm adding some cotton batting to look like spider webs all
This feels like crafting time to me, and honestly, I don't know.
over the trees. All this terrain was 3D printed and painted by Jesse Jurdak. My favorite is this cute scatter terrain he designed, and
Very
you
cute.
can get the 3D print file in his Patreon place.
And you can
it's
pay
meant to
for
be
it.
floor
Whatever.
doing
Don't
for
care about
two.
this.
I need to go through here. Apparently today's
Oh, definitely not needing this. Okay.
where each step of the adventure is supposed to take 10 minutes or less, because I don't want her to have to play for hours. I'm planning on this game being about an hour long. She starts off
Okay, how much can you do in an hour, right? You can do a lot in an hour if you're in character. Now this, what happens here, well, I have thoughts, Ginny. I have thoughts about this. This is sometimes called storyboarding, or she's going to use this
in the woods. She finds a clue so she can do like exploration. Then she has the chance to do combat if she wants to. She'll meet a person, so that's a social interaction. Then she travels to a location and does like some investigation. There's a puzzle in that location, like a really, really simple door puzzle. And
It has to be a door puzzle. There should be an alternate. It shouldn't be Dungeons and Dragons. It should be doors and what's something else? Because most of the games I watch, a significant portion of the game is what to do with the door. It's all about the door. Oh no, it's a door. My nemesis, the door. What are we gonna do? Oh, the door puzzle. Doors and detect magic. Doors and it's all just about opening. It's about opening one door. When one door opens, another door opens. And then another door opens. And then I tell you a story about that other door. And then we run the laugh track and say how much fun we had.
And then there is like the final combat encounter, or it doesn't have to be combat if she doesn't want to. My goal here is that it will
Okay, so if she did, so this seems very all aboard, doesn't it? Doors and human dice roller. Doors and can I do this thing? Am I allowed to do this? Doors and contemplate. Boy, you guys are good. All right. It's all about opening doors to get to the next door, and guess what? We're now in room AA14. Is the door unlocked? All right, I want to get to Grandma, because Grandma...
just feel like we are telling a story together, and I will tell her when to roll the dice, and I will do all of the math for her, so she never needs to learn like what a modifier is. I'm just gonna ask you some questions.
Oh, this lady, she must be protected at all costs. Treasure.
Get too personal. My name is Virginia.
And that's the same as my name. We're both Virginias.
That's right.
I was wondering if you could explain, to the best of your knowledge, what Dungeons and Dragons is.
Well, I really don't know, but
Okay, spoiler alert. She knows more than 90% of the people in this hobby coming up right now.
it seems like it's a game where people use their imagination and they create an identity for themselves, and they live that identity in the game.
Can we get her on merch? How do I get Grandma on a t-shirt? I want her on a t-shirt. I absolutely think this 97-year-old lady has said more about what role-playing is than probably Ginny has in all of her videos about role-playing. Virginia, ma'am, I love you. I want you on a t-shirt. I want you on mugs. I think that we should have merch with Virginia, the 97-year-old who gets it. Absolutely crushed it. We're winding it up. We're winding back. Let's go back. She says, well, I really don't know. Then she gives what I would consider a nearly perfect, as better than what I could do. Listen to this.
But it seems like it's a game where people use their imagination and they create an identity for themselves, and they live that identity in the game.
That's a really good explanation, actually.
Yes. Do you think? Do you think that's good? It's not just good. It's fantastic. It is fantastic. Protect this woman at all costs. She is a treasure.
I think.
Okay. In my age group, I play games. We play bridge, and
You know what? There's something to learn here too. I have yet to meet grandma bridge players that aren't sharp as tacks. My nan, oh, rest in peace, Nan. I miss her so much. She was a card shark. We used to play card games. No one could make you cry faster than Nan could. And she was brutal. She'd call you all kinds of stupid because she already knew what card you were going to play. Fantastic. Bridge players? You know what? Maybe what we should do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just had this epiphany. It just came to me. If you're struggling to find players for your D&D game, find the local bridge club. Go hang out at the bridge club with the 90-year-olds. You're going to get better players at the bridge club than you're going to get from the nerd store where personal hygiene is forgotten. Go to the bridge. There's a seniors activity center in the town where I am. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to recruit the next Michael Jordan of roleplay from the bridge club with the octogenarians. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic.
mahjong.
You watched Game of Thrones, right? You like fantasy?
I did.
Wow. Really? She's not watching, what is it? Downton Abbey? She's watching Game of Thrones? Who is this lady? I'm starting a Virginia D fan club. I will be the first member of the Virginia D 97-year-old lady fan club. Unreal.
I binge watched that.
You did? I was excited to play D&D with my grandma, but even I had to admit it, she wasn't ready. If she
What? Why isn't she ready? She already knows the concept of it. Why isn't she ready? I don't know.
was going to get through a whole session, she needed some training.
That's cute. That's cute, I gotta say. That's just cute. Look at that. That's fantastic. Isn't that just wholesome? Oh, I just love it. It's so good. You know, people will get mad at you, Ginny. No one gets mad at Ginny. She's supposedly our queen. Gotta admit, I don't watch much of your content, Ginny, but I mean, can we have more of your grandma, please? I want to see grandma in more games. All right.
Elves live a really long time, so your elf character will be 97 years old, just like you. You have like 600 years ahead of you. And I made you a
It seems like kind of morbid. I don't know.
ranger, which is a type of character who is really good at the outdoors. So you...
No, that's you.
No, this is you.
Oh,
You can track and hunt animals. You're good at...
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Diana of the Rose. I agree. I agree. Okay, so she's going to be playing a ranger, an elf ranger. Now, what I would have suggested here, Ginny, just to give you some advice you haven't asked for, you would be better. Max, behave. You'd be better to say, look, you binge watched Game of Thrones, right? Okay, so what was a character that really resonated with you in Game of Thrones? And then go with that rather than here's something that you've never heard of before. or something along those lines. Thanks for jumping in here, Cyber Sloth. All right, let's keep going. Keep going.
survival in the wilderness. You're really good at nature. So I thought maybe you might want to give your elf character a name.
I'll make up a name. Fragonia.
Okay, admit it. Her name that she just came up with on the fly is better than probably 99% of your characters right now. 97-year-old. Fantastic.
Fragonia.
I like how she has the large print dice here in front of her too. That's good. Smart.
Fragonia, the elf ranger. I was worried about her ability to like read and understand the character
This lady is probably smarter than everyone here, okay? She can get it.
sheet for sure, because the sheet is already confusing to people who haven't played a game like this. And then you add the fact that she doesn't have very good
But
vision.
you're not, the game isn't about playing the sheet, okay? The sheet is an abstract.
So what I did is I created these index cards that just say the main things that she has access to, like sword, so that she knows sort of what her options are. If you're
Okay, the other way of explaining to a new player, Ginny, what their options are is to say, this imagined world that we're playing in is like this world. You have unlimited degrees of freedom as you would in this world. So there's still physics. You stumble, you bump your knee, it hurts, but you're going to just have to pretend that. And then you say, it's just like this world, except that magic exists. And you're like, really? Magic exists? Yes. It's like when you watched Game of Thrones. Remember, there was this magical thing still happening? I mean, it's kind of low magic. Still, there was some magical stuff happening, right? And then you're not limiting it to, I have option A, which is sword. I have option B, which is potion, right? Those are my options. Option A, sword. Option B, potion. I don't mind that what she's done here, by the way. I think this is fine. If you say, hey, this represents a potion, you just open this up and roll the dice, and that's how much magic has healed you. That's fine.
character gets hurt, you can use these potions to heal yourself, but you only have 2.
Oh, so if you get hurt again and you've already used the 2,
Then maybe you're in trouble. I mean,
Okay, she already knows more than most mouth-breathing nerds that are trying their hardest to ruin this hobby.
you're my grandma and I love you, but who knows? Your character could die. That happens. I do have, if you want to feel more like an elf ranger, I have some stuff we could deck you out with.
All right. I know, Ginny, that cosplay is an important part of the hobby for you, and that's fine. But when introducing someone to the hobby, do they need to dress up? Is that important? You know, I get I get some commenters from time to time say, "Oh, you're just a theater kid, or you're just a LARPer," or something like that. But I think that what happens next here is totally unnecessary. I think Virginia likes it because it's, you know, whatever, I'm doing what, you know, my granddaughter does, but it's not necessary.
I don't care.
Yeah. And the chances of her actually dying in this are pretty close to 0, as you'll see in a moment.
Go.
It's green.
Yeah, and you have a hood if you need to be in.
She's sticking her tongue out. It is kind of weird. I agree, Virginia. It's not needed.
Incognito, an elven diadem to grace your brow. Let's get started. You are in the woods.
She does look adorable, though. Look at her.
You feel comfortable in the woods, but as you are walking
I miss my grandma so much.
through the underbrush with your quiet elf feet, you find something that startles and troubles you.
Already, Ginny, we're already into I'm telling you how you feel, and I'm telling you what you're startled by, and I'm telling you. You don't have to do that. You can say this is just like our world, except magic exists. You're in the forest. You're connected with the forest, just like this character. You're like an elf from that Lord of the Rings movie that you thought was too long. That one. Oh, okay. I'm like that. Okay, so I'm in 2 and then sure. And then just start it off. Just start with it. Maybe just start with what you're going to say next instead of this startles you. Why?
You find a spatter of blood on the ground. What would you do if you saw blood on the ground in the woods?
No, I'm convinced that excessive cueing of the player turns the player into a passive observer. What do you do? What do you do? I don't say that anymore. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think you have to say this, Ginny. You just stop. She's there. She's imagining this. 97 years old. She can imagine it.
And scream.
You scream. Oh my God.
What an unnatural, that's a total natural response. Total natural response.
Gosh, there's blood on the ground. Where did that come from?
I want to find out where it's from. I would.
Okay. So here I would just set the framework a little bit and say, because we're imagining this together, Grandma, I need you to simply say that what you're doing. Just say what you're doing. Not what you want to do, not what you would do, because we're going to pretend that just for this moment that you're not wearing the silly costume. But for a moment in our imagination, we're pretending that you're an elf in the forest. And then just say naturally what you're going to do. And not what you would do. But this is good because she's still doing better than most. Much better than most.
Use my nose, and I'd try to smell and see if I could smell a certain animal, and I would listen.
Yeah.
See if I could hear a purring or a whistling or a...
If you could
Man, I love this lady. I really do.
roll this 20-sided die for me, this will tell me how good you are at investigating.
Is it really telling you how good you are at investigating though? Like it's a chance, it's more of a chaos thing. And it's a D20 as Shauna was, it's just a luck die, really.
Start to notice these webs stretched between the trees, like huge spiders' webs.
I hate spiders.
You do?
I love you, Virginia. I really do. I want her on a t-shirt. Phil, get on that.
They're so creepy. Well, I want to part them so that I can get through.
As you tug on them, the webs react to your movement. You have a feeling that you just notified wherever that spider is that something has touched its web. Okay, here's the forest.
And they're the spider webs.
You notice something hanging from a tree. It seems like it's about the shape of a person.
Why not just say, Ginny, why don't you just say, hanging from the tree, wrapped in spider's silk, a form of a person?
But it's been completely wrapped up in spider webs.
I need a sword to cut the web. I want to roll it high.
Yes, you do. You want a high number. The person who is suspended from the tree falls to the ground. You notice they're thrashing around in the web. They're definitely still alive. The creator of the web scrambles down from one of the trees and gets ready to try and attack you.
Just, Ginny, why don't you just say what the spider does? Like, what is it? Four limbs come up? Just describe it. Describe it instead of it's getting ready to attack you. What does it have? Is there like an action bar underneath it that's loading? Just describe to your grandma what it looks like. Grandma will know. Oh, it's four limbs are up. Oh, okay. And why would she have to make a roll to cut the web? I know it's looking for an excuse. What is there? I don't know.
I was so impressed with how she handled her first combat. She didn't just hit it with her sword over and over. She tried all kinds of stuff.
I have...
Yeah, because she's using her imagination, and she's 97 years old. What's the rest of you guys? What's your excuse? Why aren't you doing this? She's got all sorts of stuff. Okay, so let's hear it.
Torch, so I'm going to wield the torch and scare them away.
Oh, yeah, see? She hasn't learned, like the rest of you role players, so-called, that no, this is a vermin, and vermin will always fight to the death in 5th edition, especially this particular version, so you have to just kill it. The game is about you killing this, Grandma. Because Grandma's like, oh, I don't have to kill it. I'll just scare it away. I'm bigger than it. I have fire. Grandma, that's fantastic. Ginny, why?
I will go some distance and use my bow and arrow. Can I run away?
Yes, you can. Grandma, you can. Yes, you can. I don't care what's on the table. Yes, you can run away. It's so good. Oh. Man, I wish I had had my grandma play. My grandma would have absolutely rocked this game. Both of them. Both the maternal and the paternal. Good on you, Ginny. I got to say, good on you for having grandma. I don't know if this is just a clickbait thing, but honestly, good on you for having grandma on your channel. It's fantastic.
I'm going to go over here and lure the spider away from the orc with some rations.
It was
Creative, right? Creative.
also so funny how bloodthirsty she was. Like, she was not here to make friends.
You see a half orc, green skin and big tusks, and
She's playing an elf. I mean, maybe she'll just go with all the fantasy that she's read over the course of her year or watched and put an arrow into that filthy orc. I know that may offend some of the modern sensitivities out there, but why wouldn't she do that? Greatest generation.
picking all of the spider webs off of him.
While he's occupied with doing all that, can I shoot him with a bow and arrow?
Yes, you certainly can. Don't ask questions, Grandma. Just do it. Just do it. You plug him with that arrow. You absolutely. Fantastic. Ah. Be good, Space. Be good.
From
This is
a little bit.
Grandma. This is wholesome content.
Yeah.
Which is the most dangerous?
You know that the spider has already tried to attack you. The person who fell out of the tree
Might be a friend.
They might be a friend. You don't know yet.
Well, that
Oh,
would
Ginny, did you direct that? Absolutely. Grandma, let Grandma do it. Let her describe it, too.
be my thought to run away and let them duke it out. One or the other will die.
Yeah.
I'll go hide behind a tree.
She did.
It's fantastic. That's fantastic. Now, she did end up taking pity on the orc. Why, Ginny? Did you have to coach her into doing that? No.
Did end up taking pity on the orc, but it was kind of a near thing. Honestly, it kind of killed me to not be doing voices. I love doing voices, but she has such a hard time hearing. I just didn't want to make it any more complicated.
What are you doing out here?
I lost a first cousin of mine in the woods not too
This is what I'm talking about. The 4D moment here. 97-year-old grandma coming up with the 4D moment. She is inventing on the fly the reasons why she's out in the forest. She's not asking why. Why am I out here? No. She's just creating that motivation.
long ago. Maybe you'll help me find my lost cousin.
Wow, what's your cousin's name?
Thermopolis.
Thermopolis.
Still better than what most people are doing. This is absolutely killer.
Your lovely cousin Thermopolis. You know, I've been hearing about people getting lost in the woods. Usually creatures like this don't come this far into the valley.
I would be going into danger.
To find your cousin, you'll probably have to.
Yeah.
I was actually so shocked by how creative she was.
Yeah, you're shocked, Ginny, because most of this creativity is beaten out of the role player or the new participant in the hobby. By the time they get to, oh well, this is my third campaign, all of the creativity is smacked down. It shouldn't be that much of a surprise that people, when told you're this person, anything that this person would do is what you can do. This isn't pre-programmed. Yeah?
Like, she was so ready to make stuff up.
Sure enough, just like the
As she should. As you all should. As you all should. Virginia 97, 4D all the way. Love it.
Orc told you, there are the ruins of an old tower. There's this strange magical light coming out of the top floor.
I want to examine it and see where it's coming from.
You can hear a human voice coming from up in the tower, kind of chanting. Another thing that you notice is that there are traces of spider webs around this lower floor. They are blackened and burnt.
I will go inside the tower and climb up to the top.
97 years old. Man, this is fantastic. Wholesome.
Where I get a better view of everything. I want to see what the magic is.
There's a ton of spider web in the tower, but you don't actually see any spiders. Most of what you see is these webs that have been burnt and blackened by fire, and there are even spider eggs in this room that have been crushed.
That's good.
Tangled in the
Spider genocide. I love it.
the web, you find a ring, a magic ring. You head up the stairs.
How does she know it's magic? This is just going to be a shiny gold ring, and then let her to. Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of this, Ginny. You can see my cursor. This is because to me this is a little too prescriptive. Grandma's way more creative than this, right? I get it what you're doing, and it's a decent solution. It's just I'm not even sure this is needed. I mean, she seems to be very, very astute. She's got her faculties. She's remembering things. Not only can she remember things, she's able to come up with things. Imagine names that are better than what most of our fantasy names are. Imagine backstories and tell them. I wish we had more of that. I know this has been all cut up. We don't have a whole lot more. 6 minutes left here.
And at the top of the stairs, you find yourself in a hallway, and that purple magical light is coming out from underneath a door. You can hear the chanting from behind the door.
I'll take my magic ring and demand that they open that door for me, and the magic ring will make it happen.
There you go. Now, Ginny, you do not have to allow the ring to do everything. She just describes what the ring tries to do. Maybe that's not how the magic works. Roleplay isn't simply an exercise of yes and.
Your ring casts the spell Knock, which will open any
Just have it do the thing.
locked door, and the door swings open ahead of you. I'm going to get the other part of the map. You see...
Why do we need the map? Grandma doesn't need the map.
From behind, a woman in a black dress with this huge spiky collar. She is bent over a book on a stand, and she is reading from the book. The purple glow is emanating from something in a huge magic circle drawn on the floor. It's surrounded by runes and candles, and in the middle of that circle, the source of this purple glow is your cousin, Thermopolis. Now, the woman has not noticed you yet because you got into the room with magic, so you didn't trigger any of the traps.
Maybe I'll sneak into the room and try not to be seen.
Okay?
And I'm going to try to drag her through the door and then down the stairs.
All right, so first I'll have you roll a stealth check. That's what we call a natural 20.
That's good,
That's
isn't
the
it?
best roll you can get.
Oh, I'm going to save Thermopolis.
You get
She remembers the name of this cousin that she's... Okay, this is good.
all the way to the top of the stairs. So the purple glow that was emanating from Thermopolis dissipates.
Yeah. Good. See? This is good. Ginny, you did a good thing there. Did a good thing. You included that co-creation element. It's good. You're going to say something that I don't agree with, but I'm glad you did that. That was good.
And the spellcaster looks up. She stops her chanting. And at the top of the stairs appears the spellcaster. And she points at your ring and she says, "That ring! That's the ring I need!"
She wants it.
Yeah.
She's going to go after me. I have a lot of animals in the woods that are my friends. So I'm going to sex those animals after that witch.
Let's
I love Grandma. I really do. I think that's so good. Man, that's good. Oh, it's just so natural, you know. Isn't this good? Honestly, tell me what you really think. Isn't this awesome? I mean, Ginny, I've got things to tell you, but Virginia, your namesake, she is amazing. It's so good. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Let me find some animal friends. How about a bear? Does that sound good?
A grizzly.
You let out a piercing whistle, and your grizzly bear friend comes bounding in the door, ready to obey your command.
Get that witch.
That's really good stuff.
It's so good. I love it. I love it. Get that witch.
17 to hit, that definitely hits her. So that is going to be d6 plus 2. The bear sinks its teeth into the spellcaster's arm. Her arm drops to the side, limp. She only has use of one arm now, but it is her turn, and it seems that she is an ambidextrous caster. So she extends her hand towards your bear friend. What's your bear friend's name?
Sometimes it doesn't. It's not really necessary. This feels a little like she doesn't know the bear friend's name. The witch just extends her hand. Just say that. Just say yeah. That's fine. That's enough.
Boogie.
Out of her
Still better than most people. Still better. Boogie the bear. That's awesome.
hand, this green acid sprays onto
On the
him.
bear.
And it hits his shoulder, and you watch there's an audible hissing sound.
The magic ring will cut off that arm.
Oh, you want to try and cut
her
off her
good
arm?
arm.
Even though I was more free with her than I would have been in pretty much any other game.
You didn't have to be. It's not. You don't have to be. Okay, the magic ring does everything. You don't have to be that way. I don't think your grandma would have been crushed if the ring didn't work that way. She'd come up with something else.
I do think it was a good exercise in just how to say yes to everything.
No, don't say yes to everything. Do not say yes to everything.
Like when she said she wanted to use a spell to cut off the spellcaster's other arm. At first I was like, we can't do that. I mean, it'll basically end the combat, right? Like if you...
So what if the combat is short? Is short combat mean that it's bad combat? Do you have to do a 6-hour combat like Critical Role did for their finale in order to call that good combat? I've been trying to watch that. I tell you. I've been trying. Oh. And it's hard. And I just don't understand why good combat is always lengthy combat. You can have tension and still have the resolution quick.
You cut off her arm, and she already doesn't have use of the first arm. Like, you will just...
Well, first of all, if the witch got mauled by a bear, is she hanging out? Wouldn't it be more believable in the world if a grizzly bear tore her arm to shreds, that she'd screech in pain? Does she not feel pain, this witch? Wouldn't it be just as cool for Grandma to experience that? Yeah, Boogie the bear, that's right, tear her to shreds. She runs off screaming. She just stands there with no reaction until Grandma cuts off her other arm. And still, Grandma's fierce.
crush her. But then I was like, why shouldn't she crush her? This is the final combat. Let her do something crazy. A spectral sword bursts out of your ring and slashes at her arm, and you watch as you fully sever her arm. It just falls to the ground. She screams and she says, just give me the ring! Just give me the ring and you can go! I mean,
She's losing. What do you mean? Why is she still asking for a ring? She doesn't have either appendage that she's going to wear it as a toe ring?
she's talking a big game, but she doesn't have any arms.
I'm not gonna. Oh, I'll take a sword right through to her heart.
Go
There you go, Grandma.
ahead and roll an attack with your sword. A 10 plus 5 That just hits her.
Good for me.
You take your sword and you drive it into her chest. This purple energy, like the magic that you saw that she was keeping Thermopolis trapped with, bleeds out of her in these magical bursts, and she writhes on the ground until finally she stops moving and the purple glow is gone and the tower falls silent.
Now we can go home.
Now you can go home.
I'll lead them through the forest and bring them back to their homes.
You saved your cousin? You have a pet bear? And you killed a witch?
Okay, I got the picture. Did I do okay?
Yes, you did okay. You are a treasure. Ma'am, on behalf of role players across the world, thank you for this. This was such a heartwarming thing to see. Just fantastic. Ginny, I don't know. But you know what? We're going to give you a pass on some of these things, Ginny. Not that you've asked. Because you've introduced us to Virginia, and don't you agree? Don't everyone here in chat still? Don't you agree that Virginia, the 97-year-old, is just fantastic? She is awesome. I just love that lady.
I think you did great.
Okay. How was it? How did you like it?
Oh, it was fun, and I see great possibilities.
She's already thinking of possibilities, right? Oh, just love this lady. Take off the crap from her. She doesn't need it. She's perfect as she is. No costumes required.
Do you feel like you understand me and my job more now?
I think it's very complicated, and you have to be good at it.
Ma'am, you're already good at it. You already have the key component. Remember, she gave the definition.
Interesting. It's different. I'm a senior, as you know. And my friends
You're a treasure, ma'am. You're a treasure.
are all seniors. And they don't know anything about this. And I will have to be able to explain it a little bit to them.
Thank goodness Grandma is going to do the explaining. I trust Grandma to do the explaining more than I trust Ginny to do the explaining. No offense, Ginny. But she seems to really get it.
And, which will be difficult. It'll be interesting to see what they think of it.
I had a lot of fun. And I also feel like because it was so low stakes, like there was only going to be one session and there were no other players at the table. So I could kind of just let her do whatever she wanted to do. I was just a way more lax DM than I would have been in any other circumstance. Like originally,
I don't think you had to be, though. I don't think you had to be. If the world had real stakes, I think that Virginia could still handle it. I mean, think of what she's lived through. She's 97 years old, for crying out loud.
I was thinking the ring would only let her cast one spell, but she just kept coming up with ideas for spells she wanted to cast, and I was like, sure. Going into it, I expected her to be less willing to fight. I feel like my parents, when they played, tried to get around fights. Nope.
Wouldn't that be awesome, Josh? Wouldn't that be awesome? I have a little bit of experience with this because I introduced a 60-plus-year-old to the game. Never had done anything like it. My buddy Lorne. I've got a video of him and I talking on my channel. And it was fantastic. And he turned out to be not just a decent player, an outstanding player. So, yeah. So I think your local bridge club, honestly, head down to where they're playing pickleball and tabletop tennis and explain to them, just like Grandma explained, what it is this is and what they can do. With their life experience, I think they would surprise us. I really do. And they don't have, as someone said, I think it was my buddy Max said it, they don't have a bunch of bad habits to unlearn. Man, can you imagine? Can you imagine at these, local, assisted living, we call them up here, assisted living places, if they had 4D role-playing sessions in the commentaries? Wouldn't that be awesome? And they're using, and this is such a good idea because listen, the more you use your imagination, the more you have that mental acuity. This is Virginia, 97 years old. I have to think, I don't have any empirical evidence for this, but I have to think that the fact that she is playing bridge at 97 and mahjong, she said she does that too, and now she's role playing. I have to think that's good for their own mental health, like their mental elasticity, their intellect, right? You're using it. Man.
Grandma wanted to fight. I think that was a really good way to introduce somebody who just otherwise would have had no real window into how to play D&D. I think if I had handed her a character sheet,
I don't know. I think she surprised everybody.
like, it would have been done. It would have been over before it started. She was a really good sport. I'm very grateful for what a good sport she was.
You know, and I'm really grateful, Ginny. I really am that you did this, because what an absolute wholesome experience it's been to watch your grandma role play. Fantastic.
Who's next? Who's the next person to entrap in?
I don't know. She did one with her mom and dad. Should we watch that one? See what that one's like? Maybe a little bit. You know what? I kind of don't want to. I'll tell you why. That was so good. Oh, Phil. All right, Phil. Just because I love you guys. But honestly, Virginia, no, it's not hyperbole. I want Virginia on t-shirts, hoodies, bumper stickers. Let's do it. Let's do it. Virginia D. Fantastic. All right, let's see how mom and dad do. Let's see mom and dad. I hadn't planned to do this, so it's been we'll see how this goes.
I asked my mom first if she would be willing to play D&D on camera for a video.
Hold on. I got to switch this here. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Hey, you're most welcome, and thanks for coming by. Oh, yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about it because Virginia was so good. And I was like, oh, this will be a wholesome content. Maybe I won't get as much hate on this one. No. No, it's coming. Double feature, that's right. Here we go. It's only 15 minutes. We can do this. We can do this.
And because I knew that she was going to be the most resistant.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into the situation?
Yeah, it was all Ginny's fault.
I was going to say I sired a daughter who...
Bill. Okay, that's Bill. What was mom's name? I didn't catch it. What was mom's name? Kathy. Okay, Bill and Kathy.
Then over the course of 30 years... Yeah, at the very beginning, yeah.
A badly injured goblin limping around the corner, and in hot pursuit, a bloodied giant badger following him down the hall.
I think chaos is going to ensue.
They just don't know anything about D&D.
I have.
Perfect. They don't know anything about D&D. We can start off clean slate. Clean slate. Here we go. Kathy and Bill. Excited for this.
Zero experience. What I know about it is from what I see Ginny post.
Oh no, Kathy. Is Virginia your mother, Kathy, or is it Bill's mother? Talk to Virginia.
Well, we'll go way back to 1976. A guy that I was friends with in middle school, when we went to high school, he was playing D&D. And he invited me to play a game with him and some of his friends. I think I was probably just stoned. It was the 70s. And so I don't...
Bill partied. It might just be for you. I don't know. Maybe it is offset. Let's just see if...
I don't remember anything.
Are you going to take it easy on them as a DM?
I mean, I don't want to kill them, but I do want them to worry a little bit.
The arrow thuds into your shoulder. Ah, that stings. That's a third of your total health. That's a pretty heavy hit.
I'm a little bit nervous about fighting those goblins.
I think it's going to hurt.
Building a character can be a huge undertaking, and when you don't know anything about D&D, it can be stressful. You don't know what to pick or what to do. But I also think you can get connected to a character by getting to make some of your choices about it. Is it exciting to you to do magic, or do you
Wait, what happened? Oh, this was beforehand. October. Got it.
want to be like Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, or do you have something?
Okay, this is good, Ginny. I'm glad that you're bringing in something that they may have experience with. This is good. So you want to be like this, or what kind of? It's not bad. It's a touch point, right? Because they're going to try to role play these characters. That's what you're going to explain to them next. You're going to be this character. It's not you. It's not Bill and Kathy. It's this character. You're going to pretend that you're embodying them in a real world that's like ours, except magic exists.
Something like that interests you.
No.
Okay.
What popped into my mind is dwarfs live down in the ground and mine and stuff.
That's
the
true.
closest
You
thing to
are
a
a
geologist.
geologist. Oh, that's
That's
cool.
cute.
You know what, Bill? Not a bad idea. Use what you know to start off. It's good.
Tieflings are. Do you want to be a tiefling?
I want to be a teacher.
Okay, great. This is
Tieflings.
your race, yeah. So,
Okay.
like, you are born a tiefling. So let's talk class. A class is basically your character's job. It's like what they're good at.
I kind of like the druid concept. A dwarf druid, kind of like the druid seems like a forest thing to me, but
You could be a rocky druid, dwarf
Mountain.
druid, and a tiefling cleric. Dad, will you tell us the name you've just selected for your dwarf?
I am Goshenite Granite Head.
Goshenite is a mineral.
It's a mineral, it's a beryl, it's a colorless version of beryl, B-E-R-Y-L.
And Mom, what is the name that you selected for your trickery tiefling?
I am entropy.
Ooh. So I am creating the character sheets for my parents. We worked together to pick their race and class, but I knew that rolling stats wasn't going to be fun for them. I'm adding some color coding to their sheets just to make it easy to find things. But let's face it, this is still pretty overwhelming. So I have also made each of them a cheat sheet. I'm starting them at level 2 because that's when druids get wild shape and clerics get their divine domain. And I'm also giving them some items. Level 2 can be a little restrictive. I don't
You guys. I don't understand the tiefling thing either. I just don't get it.
want to make it too complicated, but I also want them to have options. And of course, I gotta paint some minis for them. These are just
Nope, don't need that. I mean, hey, paint your minis. That's fine. But before you paint, Ginny, you have to remove this. You see that line there? You gotta take that off. There's got to be some cleanup there. Otherwise, it won't look good. Nothing against painting. Painting's fine, but you don't need this. Nope. They just need to step into the character's skin. Just step into the skin.
miscellaneous dwarf and tiefling minis that I ordered online.
Why don't
Oh wait, did she clean that up?
These are just miscellaneous
No, there's still the line there. I mean, everyone starts somewhere. That's fine.
dwarf and tiefling minis that I ordered online.
why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
Goshenite Granite Head, a mountain-dwelling, mining dwarf.
I don't remember everything, Josh.
Well, you know her name.
Her name is Entropy.
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 Okay.
I don't even know what she is.
Ginny, we've got a problem. We got a problem here.
Is she a tiefling?
You're a tiefling.
I'm a
cleric.
tiefling cleric. Okay.
Do you think your parents will enjoy D&D?
I mean, I hope they will. I think my biggest fear is just that they're going to be bored or confused, and
Why? How could they be bored? Why would they be bored? It's constantly like there's just two players, right? They get tons of turn.
that it's just going to be a drag the whole time.
Well, I hope that I do get it and enjoy it and come away at the end going, oh, that was
Yeah, I get that impression too. She's just not into it.
actually kind of
Do
fun.
you have any hopes for the game?
That I don't make a complete fool of myself.
I just really
It's
want
not performance, Mom. Kathy, it's not a performance.
to have a good time. That's my main priority, which I think is like every DM's top priority with every game.
That's not my top priority. Is that your top priority? Just go back here. I just want to hear her say this.
Full of myself.
I just really wanted to have a good time. That's my main priority, which I think is like
Having a good time is your main priority? No. We're all going to have a good time.
every DM's top priority with every game.
Right. Oh, do we get to pick
Here we
our
go.
own
Here we go.
dice?
Here we go. Here we go.
No.
Wow, look at that table. Boys, look at that table. Man, I've got table envy. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Man.
Oh, because I have given you color-coded sets so that it'll be easy for me to say a D12, that's the green one. You can have pretty dice if you prefer.
I mean, let me look at your dice.
At which dice?
At your dice.
All of them? Is this like gonna be useful to you? These are my like day-to-day that I use now.
Whoa, look at these.
These are your character sheets.
Entropy,
Thank you.
Mr. Granite Head.
What the hell is, I'm sorry, what the heck is thaumaturgy?
You are allowed to say hell on my YouTube channel. I say worse. So my goal with
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Z, my Swiss brother.
The adventure that I planned is that I wanted it to be playable in 2 hours because I know that they do not have the stamina for a full-length D&D session. I planned basically like a small dungeon. It's like a 2-room dungeon. It's about a 20-foot square.
2 rooms for 2 hours? Did I just hear that right? Yeah, exactly. Me too. 2 rooms for 2 hours. Ginny, we need to talk. I wouldn't have stamina. No one's going to have stamina for 2 rooms in 2 hours. How big are these rooms? What?
cold cellar.
I think we look around to see what else might be there.
Each of you
Did you guys catch that? Bill? Good 3D move there, Bill. Bill said, I look around to see what else is there. What he didn't say is, I'm kind of doing this live, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little all over the place. He didn't say, hey, Ginny, what do I see? He did not say that. He did not say, what do I see, Ginny? Sorry, my apologies. Miss Dungeon Master, can you please tell me everything that I see through my eyeballs? He didn't do that. He stayed in character. Bill, man, that's good.
you please roll your D20, your 20-sided die, which is the biggest one.
Biggest one.
Okay, well, why is she rolling? Did she say it too?
I got an 11.
I got a 17.
Well, first you notice there are like a bunch of little rats running around down here.
You had to roll a 17 to see the rats on the floor?
This thing.
I'm not against rolling dice, people. I'm not. But I don't like rolling dice as a placeholder, as just a killing time thing. Oh, I'm getting hot. Hold on. I'm going to turn the fan on. I knew this was going to happen. I was so excited after Virginia. Virginia's our real queen. Virginia D, 97. Oh, that's a little better. I got the fan going now. Oh.
The animals.
I could speak with the rats and ask them. Good morning.
Good morning.
I noticed there's some breeze coming from over there. Is this how you get in and out?
Oh, yeah.
Is it big enough for me to go through?
Yeah?
Have others gone in and out of that passage?
Like you.
But like beard person?
Not a rat.
Was he wearing a hat?
You have any cheese?
Would you focus more on whether he had a hat on or not if I brought you more cheese?
I don't think he knows what a hat is.
But I know about cheese.
I'm going up to get the cheese.
Or you see the barkeep kind of turns around.
Barkeep. Oh, this is a tavern start. Oh, man. Of all the ways to start the game, and you started in a tavern?
He goes, what?
Can I have some cheese?
What do you... I mean, sure. He fishes around in a little pouch, like a linen-wrapped pouch, behind the bar that you suspect is his own lunch.
Thanks, man.
You owe me some cheese. He's like cleaning the little cheese bits off his whisker, and then he climbs up your leg and kind of like into one of your little belt pouches and just like sits in there.
He's coming with us.
Cheese.
That's not the deal. I already gave you cheese. You gave me info, I gave you cheese. Quid pro quo.
Doesn't seem to understand what quid pro quo means, but understands that you've said no.
I'm having so much fun. It's great to watch them just like, without realizing that they're doing it, just replicate classic D&D things that they don't even know they're doing.
You actually recognize, since you do speak it, that what you are hearing is the goblin language.
Ooh, goblins.
Goblins.
That's probably not good.
You are pretty much right up on this room.
Next room.
So you can tell that they have not noticed you yet.
How are we going to find the cook?
We gotta go through that other door. Probably.
Uh-oh, it's a door. It's a door. My nemesis. The door. Oh, man. But you know what? Bill is doing pretty good. And you know what? Maybe Kathy's getting the hang of it too.
I'm guessing that those drunks will fight for the rum. So
Are you guys having this conversation aloud?
Every conversation is allowed. Every conversation is allowed.
are we not supposed to?
Bill, yes. Yes. You are supposed to. This conversation is allowed and it's in character.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, we're whispering.
I would like you to each roll a stealth check for me to see
Okay.
how stealthy your
we are.
whispers are.
Like having an entire conversation about strategy like 10 feet from the enemy in the hallway. It's just such a classic D&D thing.
And we didn't use stealth going down the hallway because we didn't
We
even
were
think
too dumb.
about it.
Yeah, you were too dumb.
I know I didn't want to be too leading because as a DM, you don't want to be like so. Do you just charge loudly down the hall then?
What do you got?
I could do the hat of disguise and look like one of them.
You could do that. What am I gonna do?
Well, maybe you could.
What do I do then?
You could be a spider.
Or I have this, Warhammer thing and this hammer. And I
Yeah, but then you
bash them all and
gotta
everything.
fight them, and
Yeah, I
then what
know.
if you get damaged?
All right, so you transform yourself into a goblin.
So I'm just gonna act drunk and be silly and
I would like you to roll for me a performance check.
cross your fingers. I
Very
roll.
true.
12. So that's a
There's
15.
The guy closest to the back door definitely fails. His first roll is a 3. The other
Just describe what they see, Ginny.
two, as you get closer to the barrels, they're like, huh? Who's that? But you don't understand it because you don't speak goblin.
Right.
And I do, but I'm.
But he's
But you're
a
in
spider form. Okay,
So-
so yeah, I'll pull out my bag of tricks.
This goblin starts to interrogate you. Instead of answering, you just sort of drunkenly laugh in a little bit of an unconvincing way, and then you reach into the bag at your waist and you pull out a ball of fluff and you
Who's playing this now? Is this Kathy that's playing that? Man, I want Grandma back.
throw it on the ground.
Six.
Okay, so that's a 6.
And what's a 6?
A 6 is a giant badger.
Giant badger looks to you for command, and you say,
Fight!
and then what do you guys book it? Off down the
Yeah,
tunnel?
we book it out
at that
through
moment.
through the door.
I know that my mom was worried about whether or not she'd like be able to get creative, but they're doing such a good job like talking through their abilities and their spells and trying to come up with creative solutions.
Are you training your parents to just have a lot of meta talk? I don't think that's a great way to train. You didn't train your grandma this way, and I think this one came a lot before the grandma. This must be this was many years before, perhaps.
To every problem.
He's way smarter than I am.
Thanks, Josh. I'm
Well,
gonna
but he
have to-
comes up with different, he comes up with ideas.
But the hat of disguise I thought was pretty creative. That was your idea.
That was my idea.
I was expecting them to defeat the goblins in the first.
Because you got to teach your players that in D&D, it's just about kill the thing. Open the door. The door's going to take an hour. All right. Then after the door, you kill the thing. You don't do what Grandma did, right? That's not D&D. D&D is about killing the thing.
First room. I was expecting them to get experience with combat, an easy combat with drunk goblins, and then to go into the final combat with some sort of expectation for what combat would look like. But instead, this will be their first combat.
My guess is we're going to have to fight these goblins.
And I've been rolling some fairly high rolls, which, statistics being what they are, means that's going to come to an end.
I assume we can slay them, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's if we roll well, I guess.
Starting off in initial.
Wait. So this wasn't one game session? They had breakaways where they talk about what you're going to do next? Is that how it works? No.
order is actually these two guards up at the front. Oh, that's a 19 to hit. The arrow thuds into your shoulder. Ah, that stings. That's a third of your total health. That's a pretty heavy hit.
I would like to do the healing.
Strike off your healing potion off your inventory list, or you can give me the piece of paper or whatever you want.
Wow, I only get to use it once?
Just once. It's a potion. You drink it. It's consumable.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I
There you
moved to
go.
there.
Okay.
But then I want to go ahead and do this entangle
All right. Where do you want to place it?
here so it entangles them but not him.
Both of them are restrained.
I'll become a direwolf.
16.
A 19 intimidation. He's intimidated.
I was just gonna say, he's pretty large.
You watch as the leg of the goblin's pants get a little darker. He got a 10, so he does not escape. He remains restrained. You watch as the goblin boss struggles against the binds of these vines. He curses you in goblin, which you don't understand what he's saying, but you can tell it's filthy.
I can read.
It's real filthy. It's like it's something about your mom, and it's really
I'm
offensive.
bilingual and I'm like,
Because they didn't fight the goblins in the first room, they're definitely gonna come up behind them during the next battle. Like, to me, that seems obvious.
A badly injured goblin limping around the corner, and in hot pursuit, a bloodied giant badger following him down the hall, really having a hard time with those vines. Oh my god.
even still.
He's still stuck.
19, now it's 22.
22.
So I
Alright.
got 22
You
against the boss.
definitely hit. You hit the heck out of him. How much do you deal in bite damage?
So 2d6, 2
Oh,
5s.
nice. This giant direwolf just closes its huge jaws around him. He finally gets free, and he's furious. I mean, he is in bad shape. He has a multi-attack feature.
I don't like this, Ginny. I don't think that you just describe what he does. You don't have to label it. Multi-attack feature. Your parents aren't going to care. The player shouldn't care either. Just describe what it is. He bites and then bites again.
So he's going to take 2 strikes against you.
Uh-oh.
So that's 5 damage to the direwolf.
Okay.
What's your direwolf hit points?
37.
37. So you're down to 32.
I'm like,
Oh,
it's
darn.
merely a flesh wound.
Actually is so scared of the badger that he's going to back right around the corner here to try and hide and then be like, oh crap, when he sees entropy there.
He's entropy.
And he is going to try to take a scimitar attack against
Present tense. He draws it, or he swings his scimitar at Entropy's face.
you. However, he's drunk. That's a natural 1. As he tries to make a scimitar attack against you, he overcorrects and he like hits the column and it rings back into his hand. He drops his scimitar. This guy's gonna try and finish off this badger with his scimitar. Ooh, man. Yeah. Anything he rolls is gonna kill him. Oh!
But he fought valiantly.
It's very sad.
All right, I'm gonna use my bag of tricks.
Okay.
I am ready.
Roll your D8.
Which is a badger.
All right.
Not quite
We
as much
just got
as-
badgers all over the place. You say
Attack!
He takes a swing towards the badger and just chips his scimitar against the column, and then he burps really loudly. It is the badger's turn.
Damn the devil rum.
Badger's gonna take an attack against his ankles again. That's only a 9 to hit, so that fails. They're just going at each other.
Falling against each other. Yeah,
Is the
okay.
badger drunk too?
Oh, a 9 plus 3 is a 4.
No. 4 damage to the boss. Well, you know what? It's enough.
Whew.
You crunch the goblin boss beneath your warhammer. The cook lets out a sigh of relief. God, this job is
2 hours. 2 hours. Really? Did this actually take 2 hours?
a nightmare. It's long hours. I gotta be up so early, and then this too, on top of it all. It's just not worth it. They don't pay me enough for this. I get paid 2 copper a day.
Oh, we're gonna get 50 gold for just rescuing you.
Shh, don't tell him.
50 gold?
Plus you get this mouse. He helped save us.
The rat bites his
You
hand.
love him.
We're gonna sit
We're
and
gonna
have
recoup.
some rum, and while we're sitting there, I'm gonna use a little bit of my trickery, and I'm gonna reach into his pocket and steal some of his gold.
Because she's a scammer.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check for me.
3.
Good. Now, Bill, this is where you murder her. You just tried to steal from me? You tried to steal from me? And cut off her hand.
Hey, get out out of my pocket. What are you doing? I knew I couldn't trust you. It was fun. It was entertaining, for sure. Yeah.
You sound so hesitant. You're like, a root canal wasn't nearly as bad as I was led to believe. What was the worst part? What was the part where you were like, ooh, this sucks?
5 of this type of spell, 3 of this type, plus these extra 3 things, plus these animals I gotta
Right.
shift to,
Yeah.
plus knowing all the points, and then when do you get to do this and that and the
Yeah,
other,
when
and all
do you
that
get
kind of
to
thing.
use bless?
Because, so it's complicated. Yeah. It's,
Does it make sense now how I can make a video every week about this game on a different topic?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, clearly we know we just scratched the surface.
But it was also cool to like make up stuff.
Okay, so what Kathy's alluding to here is making up what? So you're making up something in it, a creation that makes sense in the world. Are we talking 4D, Kathy? Are we? Can we pull this out of the fire in the last minute? I don't think we can. I don't think we can.
You had fun making stuff up?
I kind of did. It was fun. I might even do it again.
Well, good.
Don't say that in front of the internet.
Our attention span for games is about that long.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would do that again, perhaps, but I
What
don't
did we
think
play
I would.
for? Maybe like 2 hours?
Yeah, about 2
Yeah.
hours. Time did.
They played 2 hours and went through 2 rooms.
Go by quick. I mean,
It did.
We got sucked into the story.
I liked seeing you in your element.
Well, thanks, guys.
Because you like you said, we don't watch D&D, so
She doesn't watch D&D. No. It's not really for spectators. It really isn't. It's for participants.
we don't know what it's like, but now
Yeah.
we get to see. She thinks well on her feet.
Yes.
Thanks, Mom.
Yes, she does.
Sorry, he's just being so annoying. He needs attention.
He does.
Like me.
Whenever I held a cat when its legs were out like this, the cat didn't want attention. The cat was ready to go. It's a cute cat.
Okay, so here's the script. Wait.
Wait. Script? What are we talking about here?
Okay, ready? Okay, you ready?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ready.
Go.
Well, you're supposed.
I know.
Okay.
Have you bought our daughter's 2024?
Oh, okay. They're cute. It's cute. It's cute. But it's nowhere near what Virginia was. Virginia was fantastic. What we saw from Kathy and Bill, not quite as good. But again, we just saw little snippets of it. And who knows? Who knows? Ginny, thank you for putting out this content. It was especially the grandma session. I'm going to memory hole the parent session because I think that was a little more rough around the edges. But with Virginia, man, that was really good. Yeah, I'm not sure what the calendar was. I'm hoping it's not that, Max. Come on. It's not that, Max. It can't be that. It's not that. Ugh. No, Nick, she doesn't. And you shouldn't be looking at that stuff anyway. Okay. So this was some unsolicited advice, live even, for Ginny D. And I have to say, some wholesome content here for you folks. Wholesome content. This was just so good, wasn't it? I mean, be honest. You can't watch that dear grandma and not think that she's just this national treasure. She just is. She just is. And if a 97-year-old grandmother can come up with that kind of definition, come back to the definition. What did she say it was? Oh, it was so good. Put it on a t-shirt. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that this is something that we've uncovered here tonight will improve your games. I have to say, I think that Grandma can improve a lot of people's games out there. I really do. This has been a wonderful Sunday evening. I'm glad that you came and shared it with me as we take a look at these games and give some unsolicited advice. I mean, I hope that you're going to have a better day tomorrow because you saw a 97-year-old step out of her comfort zone and really show us what role-playing's about. Wasn't that so good? It really was. It was just so good. Yeah. Well, yeah, I was worried about that. Thanks for the it's a little loud. It's gonna be yes, Phil. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It's your second, named after me. It's hard. It's a little hard for me. It's a little hard to watch something as wholesome as this and then switch over to Critical Role. And I think Critical Role is the next one. I think it is. 6 hours, like 6 hours of combat. Just not as exciting. This was what, 18 minutes of just pure enjoyment. So good. I want to thank everyone for dropping in. Thanks for watching this far if you made it this far. Appreciate you leaving me a comment. I always appreciate the suggestions for games, right? I like the suggestions because it gives me a broader scope. Like I'll have the algorithm now is suggesting me all these games, but there's just too many for me to go through. And yeah, we're doing work here. We're improving role play. We're giving advice where it's not asked for. We're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing it. Enjoy your evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next one. This is Table Runner Crispy signing off. Until next time.